You're probably trying to guess how an avoidant feels towards you, what they're thinking. So, a healthy relationship is supposed to be a connection. But when that turns into a chase, well, this is what you need to keep in mind. So, if you're new here, these are the four main attachment styles. Feel free to pause this video. But as you can see, there's only one secure attachment style, and that's the secure attachment style. The rest of them are insecure. We have the anxious preoccupied, or the anxious attachment style. This person is preoccupied with a relationship or the idea of a relationship. They lack self-identity, and they really tie their identity to their relationships. They're very open with their emotions. They lack healthy boundaries. The dismissive avoidant is, in contrast, very emotionally closed off. They fear getting too close to people. They're terrified of vulnerability, of intimacy. And then we have the fearful avoidant, who exhibits both anxious and dismissive traits. That's why this is the disorganized attachment style. So they're very volatile with their emotions. They have very hot, cold behavior. Now, if you didn't know already, everybody has an attachment style. So we all fall somewhere on this spectrum, and it can fluctuate depending on the relationships we're in. But the more aware you are of these attachment styles, the more you can work towards having a secure attachment style. Now, often what happens is two insecure people will start seeing each other. So what we see a lot of is, say, an anxious and an avoidant get involved with each other. Now, there's going to be a brief honeymoon period. And then what happens is the anxious triggers the avoidant to become avoidant, or the avoidant triggers the anxious to become anxious. Now, if you're seeing someone with avoidant tendencies, someone with an avoidant attachment style, they start talking less and less. They're not really responding as much. So they're not returning your calls. They're not replying to your texts. Maybe they're just straight up ignoring you. Now, what I'm not talking about is, sometimes someone is just genuinely busy with life, or they're going through something. That does happen, and you do need to take that into consideration. But a secure person will communicate that to you. It's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is when an avoidant pulls away and they are not communicating with you like they were before, and you can just feel it. You can just feel the distance in the relationship. And this is where the connection can turn into a chase. It can cause you to become anxious. It can bring out those anxious tendencies. Now, this is where you really need to be careful, okay? Because naturally, you're going to want to close that gap. You'll want to make sense of things, okay? You're going to want to seek answers. And when an avoidant pulls away, there's going to be this void, okay? And you're going to feel like you need to fill that void. But let's take a step back, okay? Let's not do that right away. Now, I'm about to explain to you the power dynamics going on here. But first, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this. Now, there is a power dynamic going on here, okay? When the avoidant starts doing these things, they're pulling away, they're not responding to you, they're responding late, there's distance. Okay, so when two people who are secure get involved with each other, they don't have to play these power games, right? Because they're secure. There's no need for them to play these power games. But when you're in a relationship with someone who is insecure, there are going to be some power dynamics at play, okay? You need to know what you're dealing with, okay? Any of these three insecure attachment styles, okay? If you're dealing with any of these three, there's going to be some power dynamics at play. So this is what you need to be aware of, okay? There's power dynamics, so we have to talk about this when an avoidant pulls away. Let me explain what's going on. I'm going to take a look at Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power, so let's take a look at it together. We're going to look at Law 4, always say less than necessary. So here's an excerpt from that chapter. Powerful people impress and intimidate by saying less. The more you say, the more likely you are to say something foolish. So if an avoidant is pulling away, it may trigger your fawn response. It may trigger your people-pleasing response. It may trigger your need to seek immediate resolution. You want to fix things immediately. right? You'll start saying more and more to fill that void, to make sense of things. You're looking for an explanation. You're trying to fill that silence. And this is where it turns into an unhealthy chase. Okay, so let's keep going. Here's another excerpt from that chapter. Now, this one's very important, okay, because avoidance exhibit. This is the power dynamic that we're going to talk about, and avoidants exhibit this power dynamic in relationships when they pull away. Now, they're likely not doing it on purpose, okay, but the power dynamic is still in play. So let's read this excerpt together. Power is in many ways a game of appearances, and when you say less than necessary, you inevitably appear greater and more powerful than you are. Your silence will make other people uncomfortable. Humans are machines of interpretation and explanation. They have to know what you are thinking. When you carefully control what you reveal, they cannot pierce your intentions or your meaning. So this is what gives avoidance the power in relationships. Now, again, they're probably not doing this on purpose, okay? They pull away out of fear, fear of being vulnerable, fear of getting hurt in a relationship. But this power dynamic is still in play, even if they're not doing it on purpose. When they pull away, when they shut down, this is the power dynamic that's in play. And again, we need to be aware of this, okay? So things to remember when an avoidant pulls away is, first of all, be aware of this power dynamic, okay? This is what's going on. This is, what gives the avoidant the power. Be careful when they pull away. Be careful not to say too much. So don't try too hard to fill that void, to fill that silence, because you might end up saying something foolish. You might end up making yourself too vulnerable to getting hurt. So be careful with that. And have awareness of this, okay? Just have awareness of the power dynamics at play. It's going to help to manage your anxiety. And look, it's okay. It's okay to slow down, okay? Often when you have anxiety, you want to seek immediate resolution, okay? But I'm telling you that it's okay to slow down and learn to trust the uncertainties in life. I know that can be uncomfortable. I get it. But when you can build a trust for the uncertainties in life, it's really going to help to manage your anxiety. And it'll actually give you a lot more power in life when you have that confidence to trust the uncertainties. So I hope this was helpful. Please share this video if you think it might help somebody. And please leave your thoughts and questions in the comments. And we'll talk soon.